Welcome everyone. Today, we are diving deep into the complex world of schizophrenia, a mental disorder that affects millions of people worldwide. Our journey will take us through its definition, symptoms, onset, diagnosis, treatment, impact, and the importance of breaking the stigma associated with this condition. What is schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is a chronic and severe mental disorder that profoundly affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. It's a condition that's often misunderstood, so let's start by clarifying what it is and what it isn't. Schizophrenia is a brain disorder that affects about 1% of the global population. A condition that alters a person's perception of reality. A complex interplay of genetic, environmental, and neurochemical factors. Schizophrenia is not a split or multiple personality disorder, a result of bad parenting or personal weakness, a condition that makes people inherently violent. It's crucial to understand that schizophrenia affects approximately 24 million people worldwide. That's roughly equivalent to the entire population of Australia. This statistic highlights the importance of understanding and addressing this condition. The name schizophrenia comes from the Greek words schizo, split, and phren, mind, which can be misleading. It doesn't mean a split personality, but rather a split from reality. Symptoms. The symptoms of schizophrenia are typically categorized into two main groups: positive symptoms and negative symptoms. Let's explore these in detail. Positive symptoms. These are psychotic behaviors not generally seen in healthy people. People with these symptoms often lose touch with reality. 1. Hallucinations. These are sensory experiences that occur in the absence of an actual stimulus. Auditory hallucinations, hearing voices, are the most common, affecting 70% of people with schizophrenia. Visual hallucinations, seeing things that aren't there, are the second most common. Less common are tactile, feeling sensations, olfactory, smelling odors, and gustatory, tasting, hallucinations. 2. Delusions. These are fixed, false beliefs that persist despite contrary evidence. Persecutory delusions, belief that others are trying to harm them. Referential delusions, belief that insignificant remarks, events, or objects have personal meaning or significance. Grandiose delusions, belief that they have exceptional abilities, wealth, or fame. 3. Disorganized speech. This can manifest in various ways. Loose associations, rapidly shifting from topic to topic. Neologisms, made-up words or phrases. Perseveration, repeating words or phrases. Clang associations, rhyming or punning inappropriately. 4. Disorganized behavior. This might include unpredictable agitation, inappropriate or bizarre actions, excessive movement or catatonic behavior. Negative symptoms. These represent a loss or decrease in normal functions. They're often mistaken for depression or laziness, but they're a core part of schizophrenia. 1. Reduced expression of emotions, flat affect. This can make the person appear unresponsive or emotionless. Though decreased motivation, avolition. This can manifest as a lack of interest in daily activities or social interactions. Teen social withdrawal. Individuals may isolate themselves from friends and family. Char anhedonia. This is the inability to feel pleasure in normally pleasurable activities. Panch alogia. This refers to reduced speech output. It's important to note that the experience of schizophrenia can vary greatly from person to person. Some individuals may experience more positive symptoms, while others may predominantly experience negative symptoms. Onset and course. Understanding the onset and course of schizophrenia is crucial for early intervention and effective management. Typical onset: late adolescence to early adulthood. Average age of onset: 18 for men, 25 for women. However, schizophrenia can develop at any age. The development of schizophrenia often follows a pattern. Ek prodromal phase can last months or even years, characterized by gradual development of symptoms. Early warning signs might include social withdrawal, decreased performance in work or school, unusual or bizarre thoughts, increased sensitivity to sights, sounds, smells or touch, sleep problems, anxiety and restlessness. Though active phase, also known as the first episode of psychosis, full-blown symptoms emerge. Positive symptoms are often most prominent during this phase. Teen residual phase follows the active phase. Positive symptoms diminish. Negative symptoms may persist. It's important to note that the course of schizophrenia can vary. Some people may experience episodes of symptoms with periods of remission in between, while others may have a more continuous course. Early intervention is key. Research shows that the longer psychosis goes untreated, the more challenging it becomes to treat effectively. This underscores the importance of recognizing early warning signs and seeking help promptly. Diagnosis and treatment. Diagnosing and treating schizophrenia is a complex process that requires a comprehensive approach. Diagnosis. There's no single test that can definitively diagnose schizophrenia. Instead, diagnosis is based on: 1. A thorough psychiatric interview. 2. A physical exam to rule out other conditions. 3. Possibly brain imaging studies or blood tests to exclude other possible causes of symptoms. 4. A review of family and medical history. 5. Observation of behavior and symptoms over time. According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5, a diagnosis of schizophrenia requires the presence of 2 or more characteristic symptoms: delusions, hallucinations, disorganized speech, disorganized behavior, negative symptoms for a significant portion of time during a 1-month period. Some level of disturbance being present for at least 6 months. Significant impairment in one or more major areas of functioning, work, interpersonal relations, self-care. Treatment. Treatment for schizophrenia typically involves a combination of approaches. 1. Antipsychotic medications. These are the cornerstone of schizophrenia treatment. They work by altering the brain's neurotransmitter balance, particularly dopamine. 2 main types: typical, first-generation, antipsychotics. Atypical, second-generation, antipsychotics. It often takes time to find the right medication and dosage. Though psychosocial interventions. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, helps individuals recognize and change thought patterns and behaviors. Family therapy educates and supports family members. Social skills training improves communication and social interactions. Supported employment assists in finding and maintaining work. Teen coordinated specialty care, a team-based, integrative approach, particularly effective for individuals experiencing their first episode of psychosis. 4. Hospitalization may be necessary during severe episodes for safety and stabilization. It's crucial to understand that treatment is typically long-term, even lifelong. Consistency in treatment and a strong support system are key to managing schizophrenia effectively. Impact. Schizophrenia can have a profound impact on various aspects of an individual's life. 1. Personal life. Difficulty maintaining relationships. Challenges in self-care and independent living. Increased risk of substance abuse. About 50% of individuals with schizophrenia struggle with substance use disorders. Though professional life. Unemployment rates as high as 80 to 90%. Difficulty maintaining employment due to cognitive impairments and social challenges. Teen physical health. Higher rates of cardiovascular disease, metabolic disorders, and respiratory illnesses. Life expectancy reduced by an average of 14.5 years. 4. Mental health. High rates of depression and anxiety. Increased risk of suicide. About 5% of individuals with schizophrenia die by suicide. 5. Social impact. Stigma and social isolation. Homelessness. An estimated 20% of homeless individuals have schizophrenia. 6. Economic impact. High costs of healthcare and lost productivity. In the US, the overall cost of schizophrenia was estimated at $155.7 billion in 2013. However, it's crucial to emphasize that with proper treatment and support, many people with schizophrenia can lead fulfilling and productive lives. Early diagnosis, consistent treatment, and a strong support system can significantly improve outcomes. Breaking the stigma. One of the most significant challenges faced by individuals with schizophrenia is the stigma associated with the disorder. This stigma can be as debilitating as the symptoms themselves. Common misconceptions. People with schizophrenia have multiple personalities. This is a different disorder. Individuals with schizophrenia are inherently violent. In reality, they're more likely to be victims of violence. Schizophrenia is a result of bad parenting or personal weakness. People with schizophrenia can't live independently or hold jobs. These misconceptions can lead to discrimination in employment and housing, social isolation, delayed treatment seeking, internalized stigma leading to low self-esteem and hopelessness. To combat this stigma, 1. Education. Promote accurate information about schizophrenia in schools, workplaces, and communities through media portrayals and public awareness campaigns. 2. Encourage interaction with individuals who have schizophrenia. Personal stories can be powerful in changing perceptions. 3. Protest. Challenge stereotypes and discrimination. Speak out against inaccurate or offensive portrayals in media. Support anti-discrimination legislation. 4. Language. Use person-first language. Say a person with schizophrenia rather than a schizophrenic. 5. Support. Advocate for better mental health services and research funding. 6. Openness. Encourage open conversations about mental health. Remember, mental health is an integral part of overall health. By fostering understanding and compassion, we can create a more inclusive society for everyone, regardless of their mental health status. In conclusion, schizophrenia is a complex disorder that presents unique challenges to those affected by it, their families, and society at large. By understanding its symptoms, onset, treatment options, impact, and the importance of destigmatization, we can work towards better support and outcomes for individuals living with schizophrenia. Thank you for your attention. Let's continue to learn, understand, and support those affected by schizophrenia and other mental health conditions.